Hello. How are we all doing today? Oop. When did I do that? I accidentally unloaded the cedar. I want to change the Twitch title, it says Monday. Does the Twitch title say Monday, or does the Twitch notification say Monday? Because it's... if it's the title, I can't do much. Or if it's the notification, that's already gone out. If it's the title, I can change it. Notification's already gone out if it's a notification. Oh, it's the notification. Yeah, that's beyond saving. That's gone. That's already. Yeah, that. I should have checked that. So today's plan is to be sulky. Now, today's plan is to... Hello, Drew. We're going to be doing some seedings. And welcome back, gaming. Or hello for the day, whichever. Yes, I would like some seed. Thank you for the seeds. Would also like to stay in the tractor. Hello, Tiernan. How much today? Pretty good. I've been awake for a couple hours. Just was warm by fire downstairs because it has been... Is it snowing again? The weather's been a bit mental today. That's why I think it's snowing again. So apologies if my internet's a bit dodgy, or if the stream starts lagging out and stuff. The weather has been slightly crazy, alternating wildly between sideways snow and sunny and lovely and blue skies. Day work early? I know, I was surprised by that. I woke up at just before 1. It's been on and off all day. Yeah, it's been really just weird weather. Well, I didn't know what season it was today. I know. It's... oh my god, it's so annoying. My mother was going to go down to the shops at one point. She was like, oh, I'm going to head down to the shops. I looked out the window. She said, I'm going to head down to the shops while the weather's calm. I looked out the window in the living room like it's snowing. Never mind then. Change of plans. You live 1 minute it's snowing, next minute raining, next to... no, it's just pretty much just been snow and sun here. GT 9000 Pro Series automatic manual pipe control. I don't care too much for like the 1,000,003 forest harvesters we have at the mod hub, to be honest. Have I seen the new Griffin pack? Yes. I don't... oh crap, I have it downloaded, I forgot to activate it. But I do have it. I also did double check that I have the Tornado 3, the Joskin Tornado 3 muck spreader, because I did say yesterday that that's the muck spreader I want to swap over to. I do have that installed now, or activated now, with a strobe bar in it too. Yeah, we'll have a look at that Thursday, because tomorrow is Wednesday, for those of you keeping track of days of the week. And tomorrow is X-Plane. I get to do a flying plane. Which, honestly, like... just log out and put it in. No, because Farm Sim's being an ass today, and it took like 10 minutes to load, and I'm not going through that again. Farm Sim is in a mood. It is angry. I presume everybody heard the news that Giants are going to TwitchCon Amsterdam. That's pretty cool. Like, that's going to be a huge convention. So, pretty cool the Giants are deciding to make their way there, as are SCS, as it turns out. Please don't do anything stupid tomorrow next minute. I mean, that's whether That's weather depending, really. Whether or not I'm doing something stupid. It should be fairly calm where, like in the Arabian Peninsula, but I mean, you never really know. They have been having some weird weather. Just curious, Microsoft X is coming to console. You've talked to Microsoft, it's going to be on a server, but you're curious how it's going to look. Do you mean Microsoft Flight Sim, the new Flight Sim from Microsoft? Even on PC, it's working from a server. Or it will work from a server, because they've got something like 50 petabytes of data for it, which no PC in the world has. Why can't you take screenshots to shaders installed in 17? Just use print screen, dude. Just literally just use the print screen button, because that'll go into your FarmSim folder. But yeah, part of the reason it's coming to console is this is public info, so I'm not doing anything wrong out of place here. All of the terrain, all of like the ground data is coming from servers. There's going to be like a base level installed by default, but the more detailed stuff will be coming from servers. On the Xbox, not PS4. Well, I mean, yes, because Microsoft. Hello, Frederick. But that's a game I'm going to be buying day one. That's actually a game I'm going to pre-order, because you guys know I loves me my flight sims, and I'm confident Microsoft Flight Sim will deliver on what I enjoy. Is it going to look like the PC version? I would imagine so. Like, bear in mind, Drew, it's going to be coming out on the Xbox Series X cheese grater thing. So, we don't... Might get a bit of lower price due to being a tester. Doubtful. That'd be nice, though. But it is going to be something that I buy. Am I sure it's coming to Series X? No, it's going to come to Series X. Series X is coming out next year. Or this year, even. Towards the end of the year, this year. And I would imagine that Flight Sim... There's no dates announced yet, but I imagine the Flight Sim will be coming around the same time. I'd imagine it might actually be a launch title. So, does it look good? I am under NDA... so I can't talk freely about the sim, unfortunately. Finish that Massey Ferguson mod you're working on. Very nice, Aaron. Got a discount code for being Ghost Recon Breakpoint tester. Oh, sweet. The thing is, Microsoft want to get... Again, this is public, so not breaking NDA. Microsoft want to get as many people as possible into the testing testing phases of the game, so they know it's actually going to work. So I don't know if there's going to be like any benefits to it. Can you pre-order it now? No, but as soon as it is pre-orderable, I'll be pre-ordering it. I'm gonna dip into my war chest to pre-order that game, because the graphics alone and what's publicly available alone would sell it to me. It is a step forward in flight sims. 5% off and never pre-order games. See, Yanis, there's a difference there. I'm pre-ordering because I already know what the game's like. There's a big difference between like pre-ordering blindly and pre-ordering after having played the game. Evening, Patrick. Also, Yanis, YouTubers dilemma, or content creator's dilemma. Don't pre-order and get the game late, or pre-order and get the game on time. You're probably going to play the game either way, so probably better off pre-ordering for content purposes. Can you really visit your house? I mean, the way that... Yes and no, Drew. I can't go into specifics. You're asking a line of questioning that'll get me in trouble. Evening, Patrick. Yes, for the general public who don't do content creation as a quasi-job, don't pre-order. Unless there's a financial benefit to you pre-ordering, don't do it. It's a terrible idea. I will say, however, if you've already played a full-ish version of the game, then yeah, and you know what it's going to be like, then yeah, totally pre-order. Because yeah, Drew, I'm gonna ask you to stop asking about Microsoft Flight Sim simply because I'm under an NDA. I'm not allowed to talk about too much. I'm definitely not allowed to go into specifics. So you're gonna get non-answers from me, and they might know you. So for your own sake, just look up the flightsimulator.com website, log in to Insider using your Xbox Live account, and you will have access to all the information that is currently public. So that's all the information that's currently public is all I can say about Microsoft Flight Sim. That's it. That's the limits of what I can say. Never mind very expensive. It's a trust thing for me as well. Like I want devs and publishers and whatnot to trust me, so I don't talk about stuff publicly before it's made public. As you spoiler alert know from the Discord, there is stuff in planning, confirmed in planning, that I've not spoken about publicly yet. And I won't speak about publicly until it's made public. Hey Dashi, how are you doing today? Really loving FF17 at the moment. I can't bring myself to play it again. I burnt out of FF17 way too hard to play it again. Plus, I genuinely 100% prefer the way FS19 looks. How's the Science Channel going so far? Let me let me grab my notes that I've been doing over the last few days. All of it, yes. This is for one video. It's approximately 20 pages of notes. A4 double-sided. I've been going a bit ham, and that's on literally one thing. That's on literally a paper, and I'm not done with the notes yet. What Science Channel? It's a second channel I'm setting up and working on, and I've been struggling coming up with what I want to do as a first video and what direction I want to take it in, but over the last week or so I think I've decided on a direction that I like. What's the name? I won't say right now because there's nothing on it. There's no point in me telling you a name because it's just going to be a logo. Paper being every single object in space. No, it's a very, very targeted paper. It's about one very specific thing about one very specific thing. And what I've done is I've taken notes on like the important stuff out of it. It's a 10-page PDF of the paper that I have, and I've taken notes on the important stuff, and the aim is to explain it so that people can understand what the hell it means. I think that's where I'm going to go with that channel. Because the big criticism I have of scientific papers is that they're incredibly... They don't appeal to the general public, and the general public usually just gets news snippets that are wrong. They get whatever was on the press release that omits quite important information sometimes. Like all of these... This thing can cure this thing, and they conveniently leave out the fact that that happens in mice, not humans. Then the news comes on, it's like, scientists have found a cure for this thing in mice. I forgot the bit where they said in mice. There's literally an entire Twitter account set up that just shouts in mice at these press releases. Hey, Welsh. So, I'm not one of these nutcases who say, oh, all the media is wrong. Reporting on science is notoriously terrible. There's a lack of knowledge. Smooth. And that's where I want. That's where I've decided that channel's going to go. I don't know if it's ever going to get much traction, but it's stuff that I want to make, and that's how I feel everybody should do YouTube. Just make what you want to make, regardless of whether you think people are going to watch it or not. Like, if you think it's worth making, then it's worth making. Hey, Kian. How are you doing today? While you're talking about the science channel I'm setting up, Bradley, there's been a couple of questions about it, and I'm answering as non-answerly as I can. Although I have given the direction it's going to go, which is breaking down scientific papers so they might actually be accessible to a normal human who doesn't know all the 5 trillion technical terms in the damn paper. Because accessibility is the biggest issue with science in general. Well, there's nothing on the channel yet. Like, I've got 20 pages of notes for the first video, and that's... I still have notes to write. I've got kind of cheat sheets to write up about for it and stuff like that, so it's going to be a couple of weeks, I would imagine, before I actually get the first video out. Although, I have, in the last couple of days, stayed up until 6 AM twice, just writing notes. And the very rough notes that I did first, because I've actually done the notes in duplicate. Very first set of notes that I did, where I took down a lot more technical information, they used almost an entire cartridge of my fountain pen, which luckily is refillable. Because, oh my god, having a non-refillable pen doing this kind of stuff would be painful. Hey, Stefan. You've downloaded FS19, it doesn't open on Android mobile. Yes, because it's a PC game. If you want the Android version, it's FS20 is what you want. Farming Simulator 20 is the mobile version of the game. Although it might not work on every phone. Hey, James. I'm doing pretty good today. How are you? Bit tired, because I was up... I was up far too long last night writing notes. Because I got carried away and lost track of time again. Which I guess is a good thing. Also, the Science Channel is basically the reason that I don't do videos anymore, because the time investment in that is significant. And it's one of my... it's, I guess, my favorite interest. FS20 was a spectacular screw-up? Was it? I've not played FS20. Because when it was coming out, I was offered a key, and I said no, because my phone is a potato. Before I got the new phone. Which is there. Okay. I like how YouTube sends me emails saying, "You're currently live on YouTube." It's like, yes, I know. I did this intentionally. Doesn't even work on most phones. I mean, it's always an issue with mobile games, to be quite honest. Hey, Maddie. How are you doing today? Well, you're up to silver tier, member thing. I forgot how the tiers even work. I need to look up how the tiers work again. Does it tell me if I hover over? 3 months. That's impressive. Considering for the most of the time you've been membered thinged. I've not been here. Alex has broken something. Alex has broken his oven door. GG. How did you manage this? How exactly did you manage to knock the oven door off? The hinge messed up. Well, fix the hinge. You're good at DI thing. Do a fixing. Doesn't matter you. I know what I feel bad when people are like paying me and I'm doing nothing. Like they're getting nothing for it. At least when I'm streaming, you get entertainment for the money that you put into memberships and whatnot. That said, I at least was ill and then had technical issues with my PC, which are permanently fixed now, because it's, number one, in a different place, hence slightly different camera angle on the face cam, and number two, it's in a new case, which is huge. Again, hence slightly different camera angle, because old PC would have fit perfectly. New PC, too big. Unclosing properly, so you hit it, it was fine. You opened it again, it came through. Well, I mean, then it's directly your fault. You broke the hinge. You broke it, Alex. There's a snazzy looking cedar. It's on the mod hub. It's a sulky something or other. Is there a number on it? Sulky Progress P1000? It's pretty sweet. Enjoying Stone Valley? I'm seriously just loving Shamrock again. The flip emoji, which unfortunately doesn't work in Streamlabs because they don't handle. That's not Streamlabs. It's Restream. It doesn't know how to handle custom emojis, unfortunately. That's one of my favorites because I just took a random tractor emoji and flipped it upside down. Said, "This is mine now." Technically not supposed to do that, but oh well. If Jimmy Broadbent can get away with using Gran Turismo licenses for his member thing, I can get away with using an upside down emoji. You like watching others use it? I mean, fair enough. It's small and like the working speed is quite slow, but I really like how it looks. And once we get in a third field, which is probably going to happen sooner rather than later with the hilarious amount of canola we're going to have next year, I'll get a 6-meter seeder and possibly a bigger combine if that can be afforded. I mean, the first priority has to be a bigger muck spreader because the Marshall one is just too small. You have over 200 hours on Greenwich, you use some cool global company mods. I generally, and I'm generalizing big time here, generally don't like the global company mods. There are obviously some that I do like the seed production and the the feed mixer. They're both global company. But some of the more factory style ones, I never like factory mods, because it's just like, it's a farming game. Why do you have factories? By the way, winter plans this coming winter in game, we're not going to do any forestry. We're just going to deal with the cows, because I think that's going to be problems enough. You broke 950 hours in Farm Sim the other day. How many do I have? 660 in FS19. Which, you know, it's not tons, it's not as many as a lot of people, but I generally only stream the game, so still quite a few hours. More than like most people have in most games. You know, most people don't play more than maybe 100 or 200 hours of a game, so 600 is still a lot. The ones like potato washers, yeah, like the stuff that makes sense to be on a farm, I'm fine with. Like potato washers and feed mixers and seed production is kind of 50-50, but it's just kind of an ease of use thing. Go eat food, put it in the micro. I hope you mean the food and not the oven door, because if you put the oven door in the microwave, I question how small your oven is and how big your microwave is at the same time. You'll talk about your massive factory area. I'm not against people using factory stuff, I just don't like it myself. You want to play Farm Sim and Minecraft? You want to play Minecraft because you're 2-year-old, wants to see zombies. I generally play Farm Sim, X-Plane, Microsoft Flight Sim, because Alpha. But NDA, so I can't talk about that too much. And then like Crusader Kings 2. Might get Crusader Kings 3 when it comes out later this year. Can't remember everything else I've been playing. You got 2,050 hours on FS19. I've got over 1,000 on X-Plane. Just as an idea of how insane I am with X-Plane, oh my god, yes. I can sit down and chill for hours with X-Plane. Did I play? Oh yeah, Transport Fever 2. Thank you, Foxtrot. I do still play that occasionally. I want to start a new map on that. So, hello, Blush. How are you doing today? My mega map is going well, but it's... trying to do anything on it becomes a lag fest because I've got so much junk on it now. So I might bring it up to like 1950 and then just start on a different map. Yeah, I streamed that. That was Transport Fever 1. Transport Fever 2 is almost completely different. Good, good. Very good to hear, Blash. Foxtrot, if you want to see some really good Transport Fever gameplay, Kernel Failure. Thoroughly recommend him. I enjoy the snot out of his Transport Fever videos. They're super chill, and he uses the bulldozer quite a lot. And he's much better at the game than I am. Much funnier too. Nightbot, why are you spamming? I just look over at YouTube chat and I see 2 messages from Nightbot in a row. Oh my god, Nightbot's just going mental. Might need to change Nightbot settings to make it slightly less insane. Just, hi, I'm Nightbot. Hi. Have you heard about me? I'm Nightbot. Hi, I'm Nightbot. Look at my messages. Hi, I'm Nightbot. Good lord. Got a few spuds for corned beef hash. Very nice, Maddie. Enjoy. Using the Coon Night It 26 to feed your cows without a tractor on. Is it supposed to have a tractor on it, or is it self-propelled? I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm kind of wishing I had a 6-meter seater right about now. Oh, the Kuhn IT runner. Okay. I mean, I could straight up use the trailer to feed my cows. The brown trailer I have. Because I'm using a feed mixer, I don't actually need to use the Keenan at all. I can sell it, and it wouldn't make a blind bit of difference. Because like the feed is pre-mixed. I just use the Keenan because it looks a bit more legit than backing a trailer up to the shed and dumping it in. Although if I get many more cows, I will just buy a truck and a purpose dump truck for the shed. Let's just get another headland done here, because I'm kind of liking the funky zigzags it does. They're pretty cool zigzags. Also, we're kind of vaguely nearing halfway through this field. I'm hoping we get all the seeding done today, to be fair. Because I don't want to do another stream of seeding on Thursday. I would like to, on Thursday, get moving into... Hey, Brendan. I'd like to, on Thursday, get moving into winter and dealing with the cows and the problems they'll cause. The biggest problem going through the next year in seasons is going to actually be straw, because I didn't account for how much straw there would be from the oats, or how little straw there'd be from the oats. I thought there'd be significantly more. If I'd known when I was planting this out, what I know now, I would have actually put oats in this field. And had excessive amounts of straw. How are we doing? Pretty good, Brendan. How are you? I would have put oats or wheat or whatever is the other grain crop. I think it's wheat. Barley. Into this field. Don't worry too much about straw. I mean, I like having manure is the problem, Blash. Because it's free fertilizer. What's up? It's just getting dark. Studying for math mocks tomorrow. Ooh, fun. 2 plus 2 is 5, minus 7.5. That's 2. Good maths. Send me a DM on Discord of the Kuhn self-propelled. I'll get slurry instead. Oh, does it change to slurry if you don't give them straw? Is that the way that it works? Because if that's the case, then I'm never giving them straw again. I thought they were producing both at the same time, so... Is that what happens, Blashes? If I don't give them straw, they produce slurry instead, and it's actually much more convenient. Because I can totally deal with that. Because like slurry has a slurry with that straw. Oh, in which case, screw straw. Slurry is way more convenient. You pigs that straw, only straw. Huh. Or only slurry, you mean? And you give the cows straw and they only produce manure. Huh. You only give straw to bed out of the fact you get tons of slurry. I mean, that's what I want, Kieran, is the thing. I want excessive amounts of slurry, so I can straight up ignore straw from now on then. apart from in the TMR mixer. That's really convenient, actually. Close to a best case scenario for me, because it means I get to use the Abbey. And if the Abbey's too small because I've got the 2500, I've got the 3500 as well, so I can upgrade the Abbey to an Abbey, and then Abbeys. Abbey scenario spreader. Because even like a side discharge manure spreader from Abbey now would be too small. Because the Marshall, I think, is slightly bigger than a side discharge Abbey, and it's too small. So that's the problem I'm in. That's the kind of weird rut I'm in, where I mean, I'm still going to upgrade the manure spreader to a Joskin just to get the last of the manure out. But yeah, I'm gonna go all slurry from now on. Yeah, so you a mod over in Twitch? Actually, can I do it from here? Bear with. Do it from here. Oh, my new Moobot's already taken care of it. You missed that because your Twitch chat closed. Yanis, if you do /ban and then their username, that will deal with it permanently. I'm just gonna swap this window back over to YouTube, so bear with. I have seen the John Deere, I think you mean forage harvester, Kirk. I have seen that, not too interested. I have also seen the big grabby-majig crane thing, also not too interested. Also, Yanis, please don't touch Pretzelbot, because that is actually necessary for Pretzel. Short of me paying up, like, a certain amount a month, I need the Pretzelbot to be in chat. On Twitch. I can't justify paying out for music. Yeet. Hello, Delvacity. How's it going today, dude? I feel like we have more of the field left to do than we have done so far. New BJ plays was pretty cool. Consider potatoes and sugar beet there. That's actually pretty... Oh god, we do have more than half the field to go. You can have it in pink. 2020 Ferrari is called SF1000. What the hell naming convention are Ferrari even using anymore? Can't wait for half term next week. Ah, it's half term next week already. I'm pretty good. Just chilling, playing some Farm Sim, and double check some stuff this morning, and everything is good for the thing I wanted to double check yesterday. I think I've already asked this, but I don't think anybody answered. What do you guys think about the Farm Sim news today? That Giants are going to TwitchCon in May. Hello, Chris. Going to TwitchCon Amsterdam. That is nothing but good things for Giants, and I've heard Silver's going too. Silver's going to be there, so looks like they're going to be doing some coverage from TwitchCon. Jim Bob, hello. How's it going today, dude? Gonna be interesting to see Farm Sim live from one of the biggest gaming conventions. Weird, but good. By the way, that thing that I've been hinting at and teasing, once I get 100% confirmation that it's happening, is when I will make an announcement. I'm going to use the same method I did with the Germany trip. Like, once I get 100% confirmation it's definitely happening, I will be able to let you guys know. Because I don't want to give you guys news and have it like 2 weeks later turn. Oh, actually, never mind, it's not happening. Sorry, gave you guys bad information. Bloody A380, shush! Thank you. The A380, listen to me. Oh wow, you can actually use that coon thing without... That's kind of impressive. If this is real life, you'd be watching YouTube in the cab of my tractor while it steers itself. Talk about a paradox. I know. To be fair, if this was real life, I would probably also be using a 3-meter seeder on a field this size. Which is what some people in the community think is unrealistic. The amount of complaints of like, get a bigger seeder, it's like, no, in real life you'd probably use a 3-meter seeder for a field this size. Maybe 4. It wouldn't really go much bigger. Maybe 6 if you got contractors in, but if you're doing it yourself, 3 meters. It says 1,000 because Ferrari have done 1,000 Grand Prix, that's why the name it's built for downforce. I mean, I wish Ferrari would just go back to having a naming convention, because like so far they've had the the SF50, the F14T, because people thought it was funny to call it, to secretly call the car a Fiat, the SF60 for some reason, less than 10 years after the SF50, and now the SF1000 because, hey, we don't care anymore, we're just going to give it a random number, and then claim it's because 1,000 Grand Prix. Evening, Aaron Agri. I did like, by the way, that Mercedes did a livery reveal yesterday. It's like, oh, I wonder what colour the Mercedes racing car is going to be. Oh, it's silver! What a surprise that the Mercedes Formula 1 car is silver. Nobody expected it. It's always going to be silver. It's like being surprised that a Ferrari's red. Yeah, Ferrari don't do livery reveals because you know it's going to be red. Hey, Edward. And not only is the Mercedes silver, it's ugly. 9,000 PD dollar. So yes. Oh, $90,000 per day seat or $20,000 per day seat. I mean, there's no way that a 3-meter seat is going to be $20,000 a day. 20,000 euros a day to run. A farmer would never buy one. Are Williams still going? Just about. Somehow. I did see, though, that the Ferrari's doing car reveals. I did see, though, that the two Canadians, Stroll and the other fella, whose name I can't remember off the top of my head, will not be racing under Canadian licenses this season. Because Canada's pulled out of the FIA because, as it turns out, the two people that have been running the Canadian Motor Association thing, the FIA thing in Canada, they've got old. We use euros, Chad. The two guys running motorsports in Canada got old and they can't really do the whole FIA thing anymore. So Canada's pulled out of the FIA because the two people running it are too old. What Pro Seed comes to 19, I'd kind of like to see it, but at the same time maybe not. Ferrari livery is exactly the same as last year. Nicholas Latifi, thank you, Yanis. I only know about Stroll because of all the memes of how bad he is. The biggest question at the end of this season is going to be where Vettel goes, because Ferrari are likely not going to keep him. He's getting terrible. Just a tiny Italian flag at the back. Ah, it's tiny. But for 2020, driver numbers are white. Last year they were black, the rest is the same. I mean, the only good thing about Mercedes is they have kept the red star, and it does look like it's wearing a red cap now because of the horrific... It looks like it's wearing a red cap, but it also does look like it's just smashed a bird on the airbox. So, I mean, there's plus and minus the red airbox. Hey, Steve. How's it going today, dude? But I've not seen a 2020 Formula 1 car yet that I actually like. The Haas is dull. Mercedes is a Mercedes. The Ferraris always look kind of good. But, Numbers provide the SF90. Why was it called the SF90? They're doing MOT work all... Oh, fun. No, take a miss. You're interested in the Williams and Renault this year? I think Williams will keep going backwards. Williams, I think, unfortunately, are in a bit of a death spiral. They'll need major financial investment to get anywhere. And I don't see that happening unless there's a buyout or a bailout. Renault, I think, will keep moving forwards, but slowly. 90 years or something. Ferrari naming conventions. Just give it a number and then claim it's for however many thing of something. Vettel to Williams? No. Chad. Ferrari put their drivers out to pasture now at Alfa Romeo Sauber. Get it right. I mean, look at where Raikkonen ended up being shoved to. Kimmy, we've got this young French talent. You're going to Alfa Romeo now. Bye. Front ball joints on a Range Rover. I know nothing about any of that. I'm not saying Leclerc's bad, Yanis. I think Leclerc's better than Vettel. I'm just saying the Ferrari now put their drivers out to pasture at Sauber instead of Williams. Or occasionally Minardi, when that was a thing. Back before it became Toro Rosso. Or Alpha Tauri, because of course we need two teams called Alpha. So many words in the world, and two teams are called Alpha. In Formula 1. It's blooming annoying. We sold a bit of the company. Latifi's bringing 30 mil. Like I still don't see Williams doing too well. Their financials are bad, and I just don't think they've got the personnel to actually recover as it is. They need to. I feel like Williams need to bring in like a whole new design staff to get anywhere in Formula 1 now. Or ideally, try and get a new engine manufacturer in, like maybe BMW, but they're more interested in electric engines. Like, the biggest problem with Formula 1 now is the manufacturers all want to go into Formula E because it's good PR and it's more road relevant with how electric cars are coming along. Remember, completely different car next year. That benefits Edward. That benefits the likes of Mercedes, Ferrari, and Red Bull. Like, it's going to be one of those three that's dominant next year. I can't see Williams somehow managing to find a solution that works. Hard to believe what that team once was with Mansell and Senna. With a few races he raced with Williams. He had Mansell, Senna, Prost. See, the big issue at the 2021 car that Williams are going to face is they can't find some weird loophole, because Ross Brawn has decided, despite the fact that he ran a team that literally won a championship based on the fact that they had managed to find a loophole in the rules and exploited the snot out of it, he's decided that if teams try and do that now, they'll just close the loophole and make teams redesign cars midway through the season. So Williams can't even get smart with the way the rules are written. Should I hear can you V8 rumble from a Formula 1 car? Yeah, that's not going to happen. Taking on board about owning fields and stuff. Yeah, it's a mistake people make. Is just not giving the player enough fields at the start. Easy enough to do. I mean, if you want to label it as a challenge map, then by all means. But I think if somebody wants to struggle intentionally, they'll just sell fields. Hello, you're back from food. Welcome back from food. Fix oven door. Fix it. Do the fixing on the oven door. Hey, Edibu. Other news that broke today, by the way, and this is very embarrassing news for Boeing that broke. They have sold 0 planes so far this year. Or was it zero new orders in... Was it this year so far or 2019? 0 planes. All down to the 737 MAX. Two-stroke, they may go in running hydrogen. I think that would be a better option. I mean, if they go all electric hydrogen cell in Formula 1, that might work. And then merge like Formula 1, Formula E. How many would they usually have sold by this time? Several hundred. Depending on like who's ordering. Because airlines tend to order in bulk, you know, you get orders for from Ryanair for, I think their 737 MAX is about 200 MAX orders, 150 planes or something like that. And then you get the oil-rich state airlines ordering in several hundred at a time. Like Emirates, when they bought the A380, I think they bought 20 of them, which was a huge order for a plane that big. When Etihad buy more short-haul jets, it's a couple hundred at a time. Imagine two-stroke, it'll just sound like a scooter. Not if it's running on hydrogen. If it's burning hydrogen, number one, holy cow, that's ridiculously wasteful. Number two, hydrogen burns with a very loud bang. I think Formula 1 needs to start moving towards more road relevance again. Maybe, I don't know, maybe delimit the ERS system. Just have it be whatever power you can get out of it, you can run. But you've got limited numbers out of them. Or of them. Similar to the V8 Rumble you want. No, imagine... it's hard to describe it, how hydrogen would sound in an engine, because I don't actually know. I know that hydrogen does a pop burn. It burns very, very quickly. And very, very hot. I think Formula 1, like, to move forward, it'd be really cool if they just delimited ERS and said, you know, you've got limited battery size to this amount. However, as things stand, they're limited to how much they can use and how much power they can get out of it. Delimit that. Take away per lap usage. Just use as much as you want, but your battery's this size. And then for the electric motors they've got the cars, delimit that. Just say, if you can develop one that'll work at stupid horsepowers, do it. See what you can do with those things. Also make it so that the Formula 1 cars can put ERS energy into the front wheels, make them four-wheel drive. Yeah, put an axle, hard axle at the front. Two-stroke hydrogen, you might, yeah. You're watching my stream and cleaning your house priorities. I need to tidy my room again. That's something I'll do over the weekend, most likely, is just give my room a blitz. Although I think there might be something on this weekend. Other than the Daytona 500, which I may or may not watch. That said, if I watch any of Daytona, it's going to be like the last 20 laps, because the first 180 or so are just going to be, oh look, all the cars are in a single line. We never predicted this when we gave them really bad aerodynamics that require them to draft the snot out of each other and then put a restrictor plate in the engine that makes them all have identical power. Pizza wheel, long time, dude. Ferrari's interested in the hypercar. Everybody's interested in the hypercars. Those things are going to look insane. And that's where I am going to be happy. I'm looking forward to the reveals later this year. Although I'm slightly annoyed that Toyota's one isn't coming in until next year. Like, Toyota's taking another year with the LMP1 because they can. Which means they'll probably win Le Mans next year as well, because LMP1. But, looking forward to see what Glickenhaus can do. With hypercar limits, they're pretty good at GT3s for Nürburgring, so should be kind of fun to see what they can do. As well as whoever else is making one. Is Aston still making one, or did they pull out? Any new teams in F1 this year? Yes, you have AlphaTauri, formerly known as Toro Rosso, because Red Bull decided to rename them. And that's it. Next year's that's Aston Martin in Formula 1. Because the guy who owns Racing Point, formerly Force India, formerly Midland, formerly Spiker, formerly Jordan Formula 1, has bought part of Aston Martin and has given himself naming rights to the Formula 1 team. For 21-22, hypercars will also be allowed names. Not as far as I'm aware, Yannis. I think you got that backwards. I think 2021-22 DPs will be allowed into Le Mans and WEC. I think IMSA haven't made that decision yet as to whether that'll be allowed the other way around. That said, I would love to see a Daytona prototype take on the Hyundai Straight. That would be hilarious. Because the max speed they get up to at Daytona is about 320 now. And as it stands with the LMP1 cars, they got up to about 350. We'll have an LMDH class Le Mans Daytona hybrid. That's a really odd... Both can be in both series. Okay. Because last I heard was that during the Daytona 24 was the ACO and WEC and FIA have decided that the Daytona prototypes would be able to go to Le Mans, but IMSA hadn't yet made that decision as to whether that would go the other way around. So we'll see hypercars, or like Le Mans Daytona hypercar. We'll see hypercars at Daytona, which that's going to make things really interesting. If they're like anywhere near LMP1 performance. By the way, I'm super nervous about the amount of oil I have left for my e-cig, because this is all I have left. There's a tiny bit left there, and that's it. I should be getting more tomorrow, though. Hopefully. If not, I'm screwed. I do have an emergency last resort backup bottle of terrible, terrible oil, but I prefer not to use that, because it takes a couple of days. FIA made the announcement the hypercars will be able to join earlier IMSA cars for 2022. They have a rule set to make them equal, so it's not Toyota versus Rebellion. Yeah. I mean, when is my next flight sim stream? Tomorrow. Can't remember where I left off the world tour, so I'll have to get up my Google My Maps to figure that out and plan out some sectors. But it'll be tomorrow. It'll be in probably the 737-800 by Zibo, because that's got new calculators and stuff, and they're quite cool. And I'll actually be able to plan out a landing properly instead of just guessing a braking intensity and that kind of stuff. But yeah, plan for tomorrow is Zibo mod 737. It's in the Arabian Peninsula, I know that much, so it'll probably be like Etihad. I'll be flying. I'll have to try and find an airline that runs a 73 in that area. Aston Valkyrie Le Mans still go. Oh yes. Is that still planned to run a V12? Are they still planning a V12 in that thing? Because if so, I'm looking forward to the ride of the Valkyrie. Formula 1 fans rave and rave and rave about V10s. Give me a screaming V12. I want to see this will show how I think. I want to see Mazda come back into the hypercars again with a rotary, because the rotary scream, yes. Pop a twin turbo V12. Oh yes. The V12 scream. People like Formula 1 fans rave about V8s and V10s. I want a V12. Because when that gets up to revs, it doesn't mess around. It just noise. I'm hoping it'll sound like the Ferraris from like the early 90s where they just screeched. But it'll probably not get up to it. Probably won't do 12,000 RPM, to be fair. Or 18,000 or whatever they got those Ferraris to do back in the day. Because it'll need to have a reliable engine. That said, the Jag prototype, the Jag Group C was a V12, and that thing screeched. Even Porsche might return. I think the hypercars have really... Because hypercars are road relevant. That's the thing, is they can sell cars based off the hypercars. They can't exactly sell cars based off some sort of weird rocket ship with an engine in it. Your uncle has an old V12 Jag. Yeah, but it's probably not running high revs, Rob. V12 road cars generally just drink fuel and not much else, unfortunately. It's the downside of V12s. They're good in race cars, not so much on the road, because they drink fuel, make a lot of noise, and don't really do a whole hell of a lot. That's why he doesn't drive it often. Yeah, I can imagine. Maniac 2000. Is that the one that's like, I'm a maniac on... Or she's a maniac on the floor? Aston V12 was 11 to 12k for the road car. I mean, if the hypercar doesn't need to be limited, we might get it up to 12 or 13k then. And screams. Yes. That's the one? Oh my god. Is it 20 years old? I feel old. I need to listen to that later now. Almost finished the field though. I am old. I'm not old. I'm young at heart, and that's what matters. Say I'm not old. My hairline is very quickly moving towards the middle of my head. Every time I get my hair cut, it's farther and farther back. I used to have hair down to like here. My hairline used to be like right here-ish. And now it's moved to 3 or 4 inches back. So, unfortunately, the genes for going bald are starting to kick in, and my hair is going bye-bye. Oh well. Valkyrie is a 6.5 litre, 12,000 RPM V12 will model sound amazing. Yes. Dodge Ram SRT with a Dodge Vapor V12 engine and pickup truck. I mean, pickup trucks are stupid anyway, so putting a stupid engine in a stupid truck is, I mean, you're just compounding the stupid. Like, I don't get the whole thing of racing pickup trucks. They're supposed to have crappy, even these high-powered ones, like in America. A pickup truck is not meant to be powerful and have a loud engine. It's meant to haul ladders and junk. Like, it's supposed to be a utility vehicle, not some sort of high-performance supercar. Granted, at least America doesn't have a class of pickup trucks that is literally just supposed to be some sort of weird high-performance supercar. Looking at you, Australia. With your bloody utes. That said, I've got like a million biases with cars. I hate every crossover. All of the crossovers. No. You're either a car or an off-road vehicle. You cannot try to be both at once because it never works very well. Also, if you live in a city, why the hell have you bought a Jeep? Nothing wrong with looking like a boiled egg, I know. I'm not even upset that like I'm going bald. I find it funny. Speaking of Australians being weird, supercars, budget NASCAR starts on Thursday. Featuring F1 rejects. Or IndyCar rejects. Or both. I'm one of these people who, like, I care how I look to the point where it's like, as long as my beard looks like... NASCAR has not started yet, Rob. NASCAR doesn't start until the green flag waves the Daytona 500. The XJ 220? Oh god, yes. Isn't Formula E an F1 reject class? Pretty much. It's for guys that are too old or too bad for Formula 1. That said, I think the racing in Formula E, it just outshines everything in Formula 1. Daytona was Sunday. No. Daytona is Sunday. You're thinking of the pre-season clash races, Rob. They're just exhibitions. Daytona 500 doesn't start until Sunday. To be fair, the Clash race was apparently quite good because only 3 cars actually managed to finish the damn thing. Because, again, NASCAR is dumb and has dumb rules, so everybody crashed and nobody got in trouble. I think for the final restart there were like 7 cars left in the race. Has my weekend gone on? Weekends are going good, Game Buggy. Saturdays still my day off. Sundays are farm sim multiplayer. 6 finished? Yeah. NASCAR needs to really look at its rule set. Or driving standards, because holy cow, they look like amateurs. I do have a few weekend plans in 2020, to be fair. I got one weekend booked up in a few months. Do I like NASCAR? Not really. I think the rules are dumb, driving standards are hideously low. The tracks are boring and the cars are ugly. Like, if you want my honest opinions on NASCAR, there you go. I know, Rob, and the rumor is The Rock is going to be in every match. It's just going to be WrestleMania presents The Rock. It's my favorite race car, Mazda 787B. Thoroughly recommend you look up some drive-bys of that thing, And turn your sound down if you do. You like Kurt Busch, he's a great NASCAR driver. Picking up 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got nothing against NASCAR drivers, like individual drivers. I think that the rule set NASCAR has. Landy Kid is live right now. What? No, he's not. He's at work. Unless for some reason work got called off. Which, considering what he does, I don't think it will. Welcome back, Aaron. After 2004, no, I'll still take the 787 any day, Ennis. Still seeing the same field. I'm nearly done. This is the final few passes. It actually would have been really impressive if he'd somehow managed to stream farm sim at work. And so did I, Steve. That's why I looked at my phone. Picked up my phone, had a look at it to check if it was actually live, because I get emails from Twitch. I think the earliest he'll go live is like Saturday, maybe? Again, he's not even said that he might this week, but maybe? Who knows? If he has time? If he's not busy? YouTube's a hobby now for him. Don't expect to see him going live all that much. It's Valentine's Day on Friday too. I mean, I don't really care about Valentine's Day because it doesn't matter a damn to me. It's a good cheap day though, 'cause, I mean, being painfully single means that I don't need to spend money on things. Makes Valentine's Day a very easy day for me. I just sit inside and contemplate my existence, just like any other day of the week, or do some work. One of the two. We are nearly finished this video, by the way. 14th is only... When are the cars actually getting revealed? Because I don't really care about the damn liveries. Ooh, look at some paint. Look at our paint. It is painty and colourful. Valentine's Day was invented by Hallmark to sell bloody greetings cards. Like, that's how it became a big deal, was Hallmark wanted to sell more cards between Christmas and Easter, so they made Valentine's Day a thing. And it worked. And now it's this consumerist mess, where it's somehow a big deal even though it's just like a day in February. Harvesting your oats, bathing at the same time for your cows. Bedding, very nice. Give vandalized cars delivered anonymously in schools in addition to sending them to one of the maths teachers? What the hell? Real car. I mean, testing. They'll have to unveil the cars at testing, so I mean, I'll care then. I don't care about what colour a car is. Because they're all going to be really bland, neutral colours. They can put any sponsor in the world on, but because, you know, they've been designed by a committee of committees that have reported into the what colour should our car be committee and said grey or white or black. And it's dull and boring and I hate it. At least Racing Point had an interesting colour with pink. But it looked horrible. Feel free, if anyone loves you enough to get your card. I think you might be going with that card there, Steve. Right. Okay. We're getting somewhere now. Test cars won't be full race spec. Well, I know that. Well, the cars are always going to get upgrades in between the tests. Like, I'm not pretending like the test is going to be the final car of every team. It's like some vague idea of what the 2020 Formula 1 cars will look like. Which, would I like to be a race car driver? No, I'm not strong enough nor fit enough. I think pilot would be much more interesting because you get to enjoy the work, and honestly, most of it's done by autopilot. Right, so seeding is now done, thank goodness. To the moon. I really like the song and I don't know why. Right, cows are good for everything. Wonderful, we can start to zip time. Annoyingly, we can only zip until the next day because there's going to be a problem. Right in there. Which is the giant-ass pile of manure they've created. Give me something that can pull that out. This should be able to pull this out. Come on. Yeah, nice wheelie there. I'm hoping the Scorpion can pull this. No, it can't. Next vehicle up is the 460 can pull it. Just. I'm kind of losing interest in a lot of the sprint race series like Formula 1 because the racing is terrible. Like, there's a lot of skill involved in manage your tires, manage your fuel, manage your tires and fuel and tires and fuel. Drive as slowly as you can, but stay in the lead. I said, that's not fun. Give me endurance racing. Hey, your car can do this race twice over. Go for it. We've rigged the cars so that it physically can't go over the fuel flow limits. Let's just drive as fast as you can. That's your team with passenger. That's a valid team order, to be fair. Like, tactically, it's a valid team order. So the knockoff Wurzel song in the background, I like it. It's called Wheatley's song. hoping that's gonna tip. It will, but not very well. There we go. So I don't need to care. Oh, I don't need to care about straw anymore, because I want more slurry than manure anyway, because slurry's a bit easier to spread. So we'll start filling up this boy. How are the cows for actual feed? They could do with more. Also, the scorpion's blocking the way into the into the feeding trough, so let's just scoot you over here. There you go. And I mean, we can drag. Can we get Keenan up the hill with the 460? This is the weird situations I managed to put myself in with the way that I've decided to play this map. Is can I get up the hill into the extra yard with my now year-old Keenan? Especially if it's a 191. Can you get up the hill? Kind of. I think I'm best off swapping this onto the 800. So let's dump you there. Dump you there. Grab you. I think I need to replace the 460 with something more powerful. Because it's not able to do all that much. DMR, please. And now we just need to wait for this to fill. Really should have pulled this out before I started doing the manure, shouldn't I? Because then I would have had something to do. Oh well. That's it full. Did I build this yard myself? Yes! Not only did I build it myself, I built it using the in-game tools. This isn't like something I popped together in GE. This is all using just the in-game tools to kind of show what you can actually do with them if you want to. Like, you gotta be careful with them, but you can totally build a yard with them. It looks halfway okay. How much horsepower does a Keenan take? That's loading wagons, you idiot. That's no, this. It takes 105. Also, how much horsepower is the 160? Or the 460? 140. I could join your landscaping club and do anything or two. To be fair, landscaping and farm sim is easy once you figure it out. If you figured out like GE, if you figured out GE and you know how to use GE, you can make a half decent yard in the in-game tools. It's just learning how to do that is the real faff. Because once you've figured out how to actually make things look half decent, you can build anything. That's the cow's good for TMR. Um, we're pretty much ready to go into winter now, I think. Hoping the canola doesn't die. We get great demands for stuff. Winter's fallen and animals need more care. Thank you. So the cows are going to need even more TMR now. But we are in winter. Better for a map that's easy, more simple, like 11. I mean, I agree with you, but the problem is, how do you make that work? Like, that's what GE kind of is and is supposed to be. Have I played the Western Shore? No, because I don't like FS17. I have nothing against Bull Bill. I have nothing against the map. I have just no interest in returning to FS17. The map isn't the issue, the platform is for me. Because like Bullet Bill hates... Well, Bullet Bill has very strong feelings against FS19. I actually disagree with him exactly. And I have the same feelings, but against 17. Is Alexa back? I don't care. Like, I can't play FS17. It's not a game for me anymore. Because I just don't find it fun. So, I hope everybody does enjoy the Western Shore. You know, I hope Bodo Bill's happy with the reception it's got. And it's just not something that I'm interested in playing because it's on 17. What was the full year of that feeding cows? Blage, that's cheating. Acceleration 17 is way too fast. There's a lot in 17 that I really don't like. Like, I'm not gonna go off on some weird manifesto of why 17 is bad or whatever. I don't like it. If you do like it, then you're totally within your rights to like it. I'm not gonna, jump on you for liking it. As long as you don't jump on me for liking 19 more. Each to their own, you're allowed to have your own opinions. The acceleration 19 feels like... I like the acceleration 19 is the weird thing. It feels like you're moving something heavy, and like the heavier something is in game, the more acceleration lag you kind of get. So it feels like you're moving a heavy machine. I think that's about the only way you can really do it in game. 19 of the skybox would be perfect for you. I like the way that this 19 sky is. Like, yes, it needs improvements. I'm not gonna say it's perfect. I prefer the 19 skybox with the dynamic clouds to the 17 skybox, which was just a picture. Again, not trying to jump a crap on people for... Oh no. There's snow coming. That's that's one of the biggest... Oh, there's a great demand. What's the great demand for? Give me your information. What is great demand? Oh, it's for sunflowers. It's for sunflowers. 19 beat 17 looks much better. That's your opinion. Some people disagree with you. And there's no reason for them to agree nor disagree with you. Great demand on your self point. Oh, I'm so tempted. Ah, there is slurry now. Okay, great demand at Gypsy Hill store is gone. When you're selling from 106 is pointless. So how are the cows now? Still doing okay on TMR. But I will top them up just to be on the safe side. see why people like 19, why they don't. You're leaning more to don't. That's kind of it. It's like, I don't care if you like something, you dislike something. You know, you're 100% entitled to have an opinion. As long as you can see the other side of the argument. If you're just like, 19 is bad and everybody who likes it is bad. No. The Giants pay me to say that. Dude, Giants don't pay me a penny. 19 has a lot of problems. 19 launched, it was a mess. And being honest, the main reason I prefer 19 over 17 is I'm not burnt out of 19 anywhere near as hard, and I've not gone through as much crap from the community as I did during 17. Or felt like I've had to do something or other. I'm just chilling out and enjoying the game now. But if you want to, you know, dunk on me for enjoying a game, then, you know, you feel free. You won't be around here for long, but feel free to try and dunk on me for, you know, enjoying a game. And praising the developers for making a game that I personally enjoy, even if you don't. Get all the hype though, getting idiots to spend money. I mean, straight up, my job as a YouTuber is to be positive about as much as I can. I'll be honest, but I'll be positive about a lot of stuff. And the version of Farm Sim that I played in Giant's office was bizarrely less buggy than the actual launch version. Somehow. I'm still not sure how the hell that happened. Why have I got a trailer outside the farm? Why not? There's a reason, I just can't remember what that reason is. Also, I need to refill the feed mixer. Hey, Polar Rides. Greetings from Lithuania. Well, hello to Lithuania. Come on. Lift it. Don't knock all the bales. Ah, crap. That's not gone ideally well. It always happens. I mean, straight up, see, if people want to try and dunk on me, feel free. Don't expect to get a free ride through it, though. Don't expect to get, you know, number one, don't expect me to not rip you to shreds. Number two, don't expect to not get banned. I'm fine having polite disagreements and debate, but if you're gonna try to use something that I did a year and a half ago against me, then I'm gonna rip you to shreds. Yeah, don't buy games day one. I'd like, unless you're a YouTuber, and there's always a benefit for YouTubers to buy games early and do day one stuff because views. Don't buy games day one. And more people are learning that as time goes on, because games are releasing increasingly broken, like WWE 2K20, where nothing worked. And then it caught the Millennium Bug in 2020 because they never fixed a workaround from 20 years ago. Because they're geniuses. But that should be enough. Hey. Next up is straw. Which I still don't think we've got enough straw for 2 years worth of feed. If you play games for work, that's the exception. And YouTube is a weird one where it's a working hobby. You know, I've bought games before for myself on day one, and They were fine, they were perfectly fine, but the devs gave up on them. And, you know, sometimes you get burnt after the fact. Granted, the time the devs that did that to me, I will no longer buy literally anything they make because they're on my blacklist now. And I don't touch their stuff because fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice. Yeah, no, that ain't happening, bro. Especially not when you burn somebody who spent a decent bit of money and rarely has money. Rarely has large amounts, at least. You usually have some money. Generally now I'll wait a while to buy games unless it's something that I know 100% I'll enjoy or I trust whoever develops it. So like Crusader Kings 3. I'll probably buy that day one if I have the cash available because I know what the devs are like for Crusader Kings. They're very trustworthy. They're not guys that are going to have a broken game forever. They're guys that will fix it within a couple of weeks at most. SCS stuff. That's perfectly safe to buy day one because it's SCS. They're not going to leave it broken for a hideous amount of time. Pretty much any other dev, don't buy day one. Because you never know what you're going to get, unless there's a damn good reason for you to buy day one. But this isn't where I need to be. I need to be over here. Because there's silage in the pit over here. So I don't get why people complain about buying day one and having a broken game, and then blaming it on people who... Oh, there's no silage in the pit here. Oh, that's problematic. Blaming it on people who... I'm gonna be honest. If I'm given something early by Giants, my job turns from playing the game into promoting that thing for Giants because I want them to do well. They're nice guys. They're very nice people. I want them to succeed. I want them to do well. So if I get something early, unless it's something that I just feel is terrible, like the Cotton Harvester DLC, I'll usually promote the snot out of it because I want Giants to do well, and more often than not, I really like what they put out. Right, that's slightly concerning that we're running out of silage. We've only got, what, 9,000 litres of silage left? We do have 83,000 litres of TMR, so we should have enough to see us through winter. Is that the cows fed up now? What is the cows fed up? That's it, Kevin. Stop from doom and gloom. I don't mind, like, talking about serious stuff. Because sometimes people forget that, you know, there is a business aspect to running a YouTube channel. And there are considerations that have to be made by me as to what I do and how I do it and what kind of tone I want to take on. People forget that. They think I'm just a clown, which is true 90% of the time, but then I switch into consumers mode and I'm like, blah, buy things, blah, 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 blah. I didn't have to buy this thing, but buy it. No. See, yeah, the gaming industry is in a real kind of rut. They're heading towards another crash because everybody's losing faith in games day one. And when every game releases day one broken and everybody expects a game to be broken day one, I mean, people are going to buy the games less, which puts less onus on the developers to actually fix the games, which... It's a vicious cycle where games will end up broken forever. I need to put down some herbicide. But that is going to do it for today. It's 7:05. I'm actually really tired for some reason. I will be streaming X-Plane tomorrow. Actually, I want to do... I need to plan out tomorrow's stream, as in which sectors I want to do. But that is going to do it for today. We'll be in X-Plane tomorrow, flying a 737. not a big boy, but it'll probably be quite heavy on the first takeoff. I'm going to try and fuel up for both legs at once. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.